Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am back. I was sort of let me bite my tongue for just a minute. I'm back to talk about where I've been for the last year and a half, why I haven't been uploading, consistent YouTube videos. And I want to talk about what I've been doing in this time, what's going on in my professional and my personal life, as well as like moving forward, what's going to happen with this YouTube channel. So here we go. So first off, I was stationed on Ramstein Air Base, Germany, as many of you all know, and I was there for 4 years. Around I don't know, June, July, August, around that time frame, I received orders to Fort Meade, Maryland, and I was like so stoked for it. I always wanted to go to Fort Meade because it's a cyber hot area, which is the kind of talent that I was in the Air Force. So, once you get orders and you're overseas, it's kind of stressful and it's kind of a grind to get over because there's just so much you have to do. It's not just the packing and the shipping and stuff like that. There's all these out processing checklists and stuff you have to do. So if I'm being honest with you guys, I just prioritized my professional life at that time. And there was also a considerable amount of like personal drama going on with my life at that time. Nothing I want to go into context of right now, but maybe later on I'll talk about that a little more in depth. But there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I just wanted to make sure that I made it over to Maryland in one piece. But once I got over here, I was in full tourist mode. I started exploring Washington, D.C., got out and saw bits of Virginia, Baltimore, not too much to see there. Went to Annapolis, a couple of times, and just, started to really embrace where I'm going to be living for the next X amount of years. And part of that embracement was also like starting my life over. I became a Maryland resident shortly after, got my car and stuff registered here. And I was like, you know what? It feels good to start over here. And another piece of that puzzle was starting over in the relationship department, which I met an incredible partner right at the beginning of 2020. And that's the one like constant, steady piece that I've had in my life in this past year. And I'm just happy to say that things are going really good in our relationship so far. But naturally, when you start to fall in love with someone and stuff like that, you kind of find yourself dedicating more time to them. And it should be natural, in my opinion. I didn't feel drawn to like doing all my hobbies and stuff all the time. I wasn't as selfish with my time. I wanted to make sure I was doing things proper this time around. So I dedicated as much time as I possibly could to her. And I said, when things are steady and things feel right, maybe I'll start looking into doing YouTube again. And that's kind of why I'm here. So things are going really good in our relationship. Around the Valentine's Day weekend, I took us on a trip to Stowe, Vermont, on a spontaneous little ski snowboarding trip, and it was an absolute blast. I'll tell you guys, I can't believe I haven't gone skiing and snowboarding before. I was wrecking a lot, especially on the intermediate slopes, but the experience that I got out of it was just phenomenal. I just can't believe I haven't done this before. I had so much fun in the resort, the lodge, drinking some beer in between sessions. It was just, it was so much fun. So after that, I bought a motorcycle. I bought the 2019 Honda CB1000R. Not to be confused with their CBR, the crotch rockets. I bought their Naked, the Neo Sports Cafe Racer. That bike is incredible. I've had my eyes set on that for a long time because there was a British guy that was on Ramstein Air Base who had one. He swore by it. Looked great, even though he didn't have any customizations done to it. Just the stock look looked so good to me. And I told myself, it's so freaking difficult to get a driver's license or a motorcycle license or endorsement while overseas. I said, so once I get back to the States and it warms up again, I said, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one. And things just happened. Found the right price at a dealership nearby, snagged it, and I have been having a blast since. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that motorcycle is just one of the most fun things I've ever done. In case you all didn't know, I've raced motocross since the age of 5 years old. I mean, I have always been on a dirt bike, motorcycle, and it's like integrated into my DNA being on two wheels. So it's just really really good to be back on two wheels, and we're going to talk more about that a little bit later too. So around the same time I bought the bike, I also moved into a new apartment in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I love where I'm at. It's a much nicer place than where I was at in Laurel. And, you know, this little city, like the little downtown area and stuff, it's a lot of fun to be around. You know, so many things are accessible to me, even within a walking distance if I really wanted to. So that was also part of my life. You know, moving into a new place and getting things set up. And for the biggest change in my life, in case you can't tell by my appearance right now, is I separated from the United States Air Force almost 6 years later, and I'm finally a veteran. It feels good, yes. So you see, the military was one of those career choices where I told myself, could I have seen myself doing 20 years? Yes. Because I was a good airman. I mean, I was winning awards. I understood the ranks and how to, you know, flow things through the chain of command. There's not too many people that are going to say negative things about my military career. But at times it didn't always feel right. So there's no shame in doing 20 years. I definitely realized the pros of staying in the military. Don't get me wrong. But it's just for a cyber or IT specialist such as myself, there's just so many more job opportunities on the civilian sector out here in the Washington, D.C., like metropolitan area. There's just you could just make so much more money being a civilian. It's just, I'm going to say it. That's it. While my overseas experience was great, I absolutely loved being on Ramstein Air Base. There's just, you know, always that wonder, like, am I going to be here 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? I'm going to move. Okay, I'm going to be here 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, move. And, you know, when you get stateside, it doesn't work the same way. And plus, I met this awesome partner, and I was like, I want to stay here. I want to start my life here in Gaithersburg, Maryland. So I separated from the Air Force. And right after, literally the day after I separated out of the Air Force, you know, I was putting my resume and stuff out there, I got the perfect job opportunity. This company was super interested in me, and they were like, hey, can I interview like today? And I was like, oh, I'm at the MVA. They're like, right after your appointment, you know, if we can interview you, you know, we want to talk. And they offered me a job on the spot. So left the Air Force and went right into a new job. So I'm just very thankful for where I'm at this point in my life. So now that we got the personal and kind of professional things out of the way, some other things that have happened, or that I've gained, I should say, is I also got the new GoPro Hero 9. It's a cool little camera, and I am also filming on the Sony a7S III. The a7S III was gifted from my partner during this past Christmas. I'm totally surprised by it. I promise you, I don't even know how she got her hands on it. But the GoPro and this camera came at a perfect time, because right when the creative juices started flowing again, I was like, okay, I need a camera. Oh, in case y'all didn't know, I broke my Sony a7R III. I broke it. I took it on a motorcycle ride. I know it's stupid. Slung it around my shoulder, and it banged up against my bike, and it broke. But yeah, you know, I got these cameras again, and I just have so many new like ideas of ways that I can use them, entertaining ways to you all and as well as to me, because I love creating. So I have these cameras, but also you probably can't see too much because of the bokeh, but I only have 4 lenses. I'm currently shooting on the Sony Zeiss 50 f1.4, and I have the Sony 85 f1.8, and then the 16 to 35 G Master. My 4th lens is the like 50, 60-year-old Helios lens that I previously reviewed on YouTube, and that one, you know, it's an old lens. It's kind of just for fun. So I still have pretty much all the gear I need to make some like really good content. But now I need to figure out what kind of content that's going to be. And this is where I really want you all to stick around for. So there is a little fork in the road, if you will. There are so many other things that I'm interested in besides just photography and filmmaking. To let y'all in on a little insight, I started the new like Lane McCall branded YouTube channel because I thought, you know what? I want to review products. I want to, you know, make little films on the side and stuff like that. And one day have enough of a subscriber count to basically vlog the process of doing all that stuff. Does that kind of make sense? From doing so, I burned myself out of YouTube consequently from buying all these, like these accessories and these gear items that I didn't actually really need. Stuff I guess you could say I wanted, but I found myself spending a lot of money, thousands of dollars. As a matter of fact, probably even like tens of thousands of dollars on items that I didn't really need. I just wanted so that I could review them for you guys. So that burned me out pretty quickly, and I also realized that I just don't want to be a reviewing YouTube channel. I am no longer going to be here on YouTube to like try to make a career out of it or to try to make this my, like primary income. I'm here because I want to create content and I want to interact with you all. So what am I going to do? Well, let me talk about some things that I'm interested in. Starting off, I am interested in men's style, for example. Not to be confused with fashion. I do not like fashion trends. I'm talking about just like men's style. I like to dress up. You guys probably even noticed there's some different appearances on me. I've gained a lot of weight, good kind of weight. I've been working out and stuff like that, and I finally hit 200 pounds on the scale. Now I'm going to start cutting it back and starting to cut some of the fat off so I can look a little better. But I'm interested in like hair products. I'm interested in how to style guys' hair. I'm interested in what you should wear for business casual, the types of shoes or boots you should wear with this kind of jean, this kind of, khaki pant. I'm interested in like what should be considered as like basic, like fundamentals of dressing up a guy. I'm interested in filming and sharing some of that stuff for some reason. I have yet to do it. I don't know if I would be successful at it, but I'm interested in the topic. Another thing that I'm interested in is gaming, and more specific, the Dead by Daylight, video game that's, available on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Nintendo Switch, mobile too. Not to brag, but I'm actually like one of the best players in the world, and I'm not kidding. I'm not boasting, and I'm not joking about that. Whether I'm a survivor or a killer, I'm legitimately like one of the best you'll ever see. And I love it. Like, I just love playing the game. I play it on the weekends. Even my partner has been playing it with me. And at times, I even kind of want to share that experience with you all. Another thing I like, well, obviously photography and film. I put it in the list because, yes, I love picking up a camera and shooting. I'm probably more on the technical side of things. I like to technically figure out a solution to, a film or a photo shoot or something. Let's see what else. Motorcycle riding. How could I incorporate that to my YouTube channel? Where I can wear my GoPro and I can throw a mic up to my helmet and I could just talk. I could talk about why the traffic's bad. I could talk about why I love my bike, or I could talk about things I want that are heavy on my heart, things I want to get off my chest. Something else you all probably didn't know about me is I'm into fishing. I love to fish, specifically bass fishing. Love bass fishing. I do, fish for trout and for panfish and, other things out there too. But like bass fishing is my jam when it comes to that realm of stuff. Like I could very well see myself making vlogs about my little fishing trips and stuff. And the last two items, starting with I'm a watch enthusiast. I'm even wearing, one of my favorite watches right now. Now, I can't afford like, Rolex, Patek Philippe. Like I'm not at that level of like watch collecting and stuff. I'm mostly collecting like Seikos, Orient. I have my eyes set on a Hamilton, the Khaki King. I'm in that range of watches, mechanical watches, I should specify. There's just something fascinating about the watch community because, there's all these little intricate parts that move together and work together. And anyways, I'm a huge watch enthusiast, and I could see myself like sharing watch videos with you all, like why I picked this watch over this one or something like that. And last but not least, cyber stuff. Whether it comes to like building computers to my little, like you can't see it in the video, but I have a little network server rack down here. I have a NAS, a router, a switch, a patch panel, and this and that. And soon I'll be building up an entire server rack right here. More on that in another video. But I'm also interested in helping you all secure your own home network. I'm interested in talking about different encryption standards and talking about why you should choose this graphics card over this one. In summary of everything I just got done talking about, I'm at a fork in the road. I know that my heart is telling me that I need to start creating content again because I miss it. I love it. I enjoyed it, but it might be in a different way than what it's previously been. I think there will always be some sort of tie back to photography and video related stuff because that's what this started out as, and I'm definitely still passionate about it, but maybe in a different fashion. Just kind of hang in there with me. I'm going to start uploading some kind of miscellaneous content. I might have a motorcycle ride up one day, and the very next day I might be talking about what you should bring to Air Force basic training. Who knows, guys? But if you're willing to just stick with me for a little bit, I am going to continue to kind of hang in there and try to figure out what this calling is. And I just really hope that you all will find it interesting because especially not just with the new equipment, but with this new burning passion that I have to create again, I feel like I'll be able to do it better. So thank you all so much for watching, and to all of my 2.6K subscribers I have, thank you guys. Thank every single one of you all for just subbing to my channel and just kind of being there with me throughout the years. I really hope that whatever route it is that I choose to start, going down for content creation, I hope that you're also interested in it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. As always, my name is McCall. Take it easy.